Everyone. I see that it's 6 p.m. Eastern Time, so we'll begin our webinar. My name is Daniel Smith. I'm an instructor here at Bay Path University and the one-day program of the American Women's College. I'm the lead faculty for history, so I've been involved in designing a number of courses as well as teaching a number of history courses. I look forward to working with you all during this webinar session. Please feel free to post any questions that you have or to post any messages in the chat box. Also feel free to raise your hand to indicate that you have a question as well. So this webinar will be related to the use of introductory videos in asynchronous online courses. So I've found that the use of introductory videos for each unit and for the course as a whole to be very helpful. In my courses, I generally post a total of 7 introductory videos. 1 course introduction, and then a separate introductory video for each week of the course or each unit of the course. Since it's a 6-week course generally, I post 1 video for each week of the course. Now, what are some of the benefits of introductory videos? I believe that there are a number of benefits. I found that students are more likely to view a short video than to read an introductory text. I also post an introductory text. Prior to using videos, I had simply posted an introductory text for each unit that explained the topic of the unit, gave a brief description of what the content of the unit was, listed the assigned readings and the assignments. And I do think this is helpful for students to have the written document, so I still do post that even with the video. But the video is a bit more provides a greater connection to the student. So the student can actually see you in the video, can hear your voice. Many students have reported that the videos make them feel that they have a greater connection to the instructor. So when I've looked at my course evaluations, a few things have emerged. One is that my average score on the course evaluations increased after, so I frequently started receiving comments that the videos were helpful, were engaging, that this was one of the things that students liked most about the course, that they hoped that other instructors would use introductory videos as well. So I've gotten a lot of positive feedback about the videos. It provides the instructor with an opportunity to highlight important aspects of the upcoming unit for their students. I try not to present it as a lecture. I think it's best for the introductory videos to be relatively short. Generally, I try to keep my introductory videos to about 15 minutes. Occasionally, I've gone over that, but as a rule of thumb, I try to keep them to about 15 minutes. Students are more likely to view the entirety of the video if it's shorter and more likely to be engaged for the full presentation. So what should you include, or what could you include in an introductory video if you choose to use this feature? I would suggest including a brief introduction to the content for the unit. For example, I teach a course called Contemporary America. It's a history of America from 1945 to the present. So each unit we cover a different topic in American history. In one unit, we address the history of the Cold War. So I will present, 5 or 6 minutes of a brief introduction to the Cold War. What is the Cold War? What do I mean in using that phrase? What are some of the key things that one should know about the Cold War? So just giving students a brief overview of the topic, I think, is helpful. Now, generally, students do have reading assignments, textbook assignments, but the idea is that they'll be watching this introductory video before they complete the reading from the textbook, ideally. So this is an opportunity for you to sort of frame the unit for them, to give a sense of what the most important aspects of this unit will be, what they can anticipate in exploring the unit. Now, I also like to present an overview of the assignments for the unit. So of course, students are always concerned about what the assignments are, what they need to do or complete. And this is an opportunity to take, 5 minutes and, comment upon what the assignments are for the unit, what your expectations are for the assignments, to give students any guidance or tips that you have for the assignments. So really to try to address any potential concerns that students might have about the assignments. So if you've taught a course several times before, you're likely familiar with, questions that students may frequently ask about an assignment, or topics that might emerge, questions that might emerge. This is an opportunity to sort of address that up front beforehand. So if there's a question that in the past students have frequently asked about the assignment, you can give a little bit of guidance about that in your introductory video as well. When I'm introducing a course, my approach is a little bit different. When I'm introducing the course as a whole, I like to start out by introducing myself briefly, just telling the students a little bit about myself. You could share, of course, whatever you think is best. I usually share where I'm from, a little bit about my educational background, the courses I've taught at the college, my research interests, etc. Take a few minutes to do that, just to give students a sense of who you are, something that you might do in a traditional classroom setting. And then move into a discussion of the course, key components of the syllabus, how students will be evaluated, the theme for the course, and to try to make students comfortable with the course as they're approaching it, to remind them of the contact information that you have, how they can reach you. Just a few tips on what not to include in an introductory video. So obviously, as an instructor, I don't want to give students answers to the assignments. So I'm not going to provide them with a full answer to the discussion board question or an answer to an essay question that I've provided. Students will have access to the introductory video when the unit starts, so you want to keep that in mind, of course. But you can prompt students thinking about the discussion board question. So if you have a discussion board question for the unit, you may want to introduce it, comment upon the topic a bit, try to pique students' interest about the topic. Use as a kind of prompt, perhaps. I avoid referencing due dates for the assignments. That might sound counterintuitive. Wouldn't you want students to remind students of the due dates? The reason that I don't reference the due dates for the assignments is it allows me to reuse my videos for more than one course. So I teach Contemporary America fairly frequently. I might teach 3 or 4 sections of Contemporary America a year, and over the course of the year, the assignments may not change, the readings, the assignments. So I can reuse the video as long as I don't reference specific dates. So occasionally you may find that you have to update the videos. Assignments may change, topics may change, and you want to keep that in mind. But if you're teaching the same course, relatively frequently, it's good to avoid using dates in the videos so that you can reuse the resource. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel if nothing's really changed fundamentally. And of course, I would caution again against anything that's incredibly lengthy. If your video is running to half an hour, 45 minutes, I think that may be problematic in terms of students' focus, attention, etc. Now, the first step in creating an introductory video is to actually record a video. So I use the webcam on my laptop to record my presentation. The vast majority of laptops have a webcam. Many of you are likely familiar with using webcams. And generally, laptops have software that allow you, I use UCam typically, and that allows you to turn on your webcam and to record yourself giving a presentation. Um, so the first step is to use whatever software you have on your laptop, like UCam, to actually create the recording. Now, frequently I will find myself creating several recordings. Um, so I will be 3 minutes into my presentation and I'll make some sort of error or mistake or um, misspeak, and I'll decide, well, I'll just start again. So I might take 2 or 3 times before I actually get the video the way that I like it, the way that I want it to be presented. So you might find that's the case with yourself as well, potentially. Um, Now, you don't have to use the webcam on your laptop. Many of us have a variety of different devices. Um, you can use, the camera. You can record a video on your smartphone, on your tablet, whatever device you prefer to create the recording. Your desktop, any of those devices will suffice. It is important to keep in mind the visual environment. So I generally like to record my videos either in an office setting or in a space in my home that's not cluttered. I want to think about what's behind me. Sometimes I'll take a picture down off the wall just to create a clean space for the video. Um, I think of the videos as basically like a classroom environment. So, I'll wear a shirt and tie and such for the videos. And I also try to remember to mute cell phones, reduce noise in the background, because anything that you can hear, people watching the video will be able to hear as well. So try to be in a quiet space if possible when creating the video. So in terms of the next step, I would recommend uploading your videos to YouTube. The first thing you need to do that is to set up an account with YouTube. So first you have to have an account with YouTube. I'm going to go away from the PowerPoint screen at this point, and you should be able to see that. And now I'm going to actually go to YouTube. So first you need to create an account with YouTube. And when you go to YouTube, you'll reach a home page that looks something like this. And so how do you upload a video? Well, on the right-hand side of the screen, which you should be able to see, there's a button labeled Upload. You click on that Upload button. I'll confess that I had never uploaded a video prior to my using it at BayPath. Perhaps some of you have more experience with that than I do, but then you'll come to the screen which says Select Files to Upload. So you click on the big arrow, Select Files to Upload, and then you want to go to the video that you want to upload. So I'll go to my removable disk, my flash drive, and I have a video that I'd like to upload. And I click on that video and it starts uploading it. Sometimes it takes a while. I've experienced where it only takes a few minutes to upload a video. At other times, I've found that it takes 15 minutes to upload the video. Depends on how fast one's internet connection is. Also, how busy the site is at a given point in time when you're uploading the video can make a difference. It may take a bit of time to upload it. You can do other things on your computer while you're uploading the video, of course. So as you can see, it's uploading. Let me just go back to the PowerPoint briefly. So uploading the video may take a little bit of time. Once you upload your video to YouTube, the next step is to publish your video. Publishing your video may also take a few minutes. So let me go back to the screen with YouTube. And I actually want to have it upload so I can show you, what it looks like. Okay, so you'll see that once it's uploaded, a button will appear that says Publish. And you'll want to click on that button that's Publish. Publishing the video can also take a few minutes, potentially. Again, it's varied in time. Sometimes it's very quick. Sometimes it takes a bit of time. But you'll need to publish the video. Once the video is published, a link will appear, and you'll want to copy that link. So the video is still processing. But once that's complete, you'll see a link appear, and you want to highlight and copy the link. If you right-click, you'll see copy. I'll use this web link as an example. You do want to wait until after your video is published. But for example, if I wanted to copy this link, I would highlight it, right-click, and click Copy to do so. Any questions, comments so far? You can type any questions you have in the chat box or post any questions that you have. So the YouTube video is still processing, but I'll perhaps come back to that a bit later. Now, if I go back to uploading, once you've uploaded your video to YouTube and you've copied the link, the next step is to upload your video into Canvas. So in Canvas, you'll want to create a content page. You'll click on Edit the Page, and you'll paste your link from YouTube into the content page. Uploading the link may take a few minutes. And finally, you'll need to publish your video so that students can view it. I do see a few questions have been posted. Yes. So one question is, what software can you use? I use software called UCam. It simply came with my, laptop when I purchased it. I use UCam to record the video. You can also use the video recording feature on your on a smartphone, for example, if you use a smartphone, or the video recording feature on a tablet. Any of those would suffice. I use UCam.
I want to jump in real quick. If you want to do screencasting, where you're kind of recording what you're doing on your screen as well as your video, Screencast-O-Matic and Jing are two tools that I'll write in the chat box, so you can see what those are. And the Screencast-O-Matic allows you to do, it's either 10 or 15-minute videos. Jing is limited to 5 minutes, but both are free screen capture software, so you don't have to pay anything for them. So.
Thank you. So you can also use those services. The UCam doesn't allow you to, it's basically a video of your presentation. But if you use something like Screencast-O-Matic, then you could actually share a PowerPoint or something like that if you would like. What's the importance of having the videos on YouTube if it's already on Canvas? Well, it's not already on Canvas. So once I've created the video and I've saved it, it's just on my computer. So for when I choose to share it with the students, I upload it to YouTube and then copy that that link and upload it into Canvas from YouTube. So that's how I'm sharing it with the students effectively. It's not in Canvas yet.
Yeah, and I believe there is an option to record directly into Canvas, but then it's much harder to reuse those videos because they're in that specific course at that specific time, but they may not. It's harder to get a hold of them. So if you keep them on your computer, or if you keep them on YouTube, then you don't have to keep them on your computer as well. It's another way to do that. And if you're not comfortable with a lot of people seeing your videos, you can on YouTube. They default to being public, so anyone can find them. But you can change the privacy to what's called unlisted. And then only people who have the direct link can do it. So when you put that direct link in Canvas, your students can see it. But if someone went out and just searched for it, they can't find it.
Thank you. Mine are just introductions to the units of the course. So I've generally not been overly concerned that others might view them. But if that is a concern, you can certainly use that setting as well. So once you upload your video, you can cut and paste the link. And so if you go into Canvas, this is a Canvas course that I taught, HIS 315Z1. And in HIS 315Z1, you'll see that I've already uploaded videos. So I have a video introduction on Unit 1, and if you scroll down, well, if I scroll down, you'll see that I have a video introduction at the start of each unit that I've uploaded. Now, when I upload them, what I do is simply create a content page. So just to briefly give a sense of that, I click on the plus button. So I click on this plus, and I create it as a content page. So I go to content page, I click on new page, and then introduction to course, for example. And click add item. And so I've added introduction to course. And then I will actually click on the link. And in order to upload your video, you would click edit. And then you simply can hit Control V to paste whatever you have copied into this link, to paste the link from YouTube, and then hit save. And that will upload your video from YouTube onto Canvas. So what does that look like? So here's a video introduction for the course. If I click on that, and this is what students would see, I have the video, this is the YouTube link. And when students click on that, the video will come up. So you get a sense of what students see when they open these videos. This particular video I went a bit over. It was 17 minutes and 45 seconds in length. Questions? Additional questions at this point? So you don't have to upload the video to YouTube. As was noted, you can simply upload it to Canvas if you prefer. But uploading the videos to YouTube does give you permanent access to them and ability to reuse them. So I prefer to use YouTube for uploading my videos, but you could certainly choose to use another service if you'd prefer. I have not, but I'd be interested in hearing more about that as well. There's a question, do you also use programs such as Powtoons in your online teaching? And I haven't used that in the past.
I know you can things like Powtoons, and there's a few other ones out there that allow you to have an avatar. So you don't have to have your face on there. Again, if you're not comfortable being in front of a camera, some of us are not. We'd rather just do the audio part. You can create your own little avatar that does that as well. And Powtoons is one of those options. It's same idea, but it providing that personal touch a little bit more, but creating a little bit more comfort level for the instructor depending on where your current comfort level is at.
Very good. Thank you for that feedback. So I think in general, the goal that I have in using these videos to sort of revisit the purpose for it is to make students feel a greater connection to the instructor, to make the online experience a bit more dynamic. So rather than having students read text as an introduction to the unit, to provide them with audio, visuals, whether that be a video of yourself or a PowerPoint that you're sharing as you're discussing the topic with them, so that they can hear your voice, see you, see the PowerPoint if you're using that as you're walking them through it. It's not exactly the same as a webinar because the students can't ask you questions. It's a video that you're posting. But of course, after watching the video, students can certainly contact you if they have any questions or concerns. So why use a video and not actually a live synchronous webinar? Wouldn't that be preferable? Well, the problem is that in an asynchronous course, we can't be certain that all of our students will be available at any particular point in time. So in order to have students actually interact with us live and ask questions or participate in a webinar, as we're all doing this evening, we would all have to be logged in at the same time, and students may not be able to do that. So when students sign up for a course, there's no stipulation that they have to be free for a particular specific period of time to attend a webinar. For the video, they can view the video whenever they want to. It's not something that they have to be there at a specific moment in order to view. Just like anyone, this presentation is being recorded and anyone could go back and view it. It's not exactly the same experience as attending the webinar, but it certainly, I would argue, is beneficial. Do I have any specific feedback from students on what they prefer to have in the intro videos? I do. Many students have commented that the discussion of assignments they find to be helpful, that they want to know a bit more about the assignments. I do provide detailed written guidelines about the assignments, but actually talking about the assignments, even if it's just for a few minutes, going over some of what the key points are, the key things that you're looking for, I think that's helpful. Students also seem to appreciate having that brief introduction to the content. While the textbook is helpful, I use textbook in the courses that I teach, a brief introduction from the instructor can certainly be helpful as well. That's generally what I tend to focus on, a brief introduction to the content, and then an overview of the assignments, my expectations for the assignments. So I'll talk, say, a bit about this is the Cold War. I'll give a 5-minute commentary on what that is, some of its significance. Then I'll move into, you'll be reading chapter 17 this week that will delve into the topic of the Cold War, and then I'll perhaps comment on a few of the key points that they should look for in the reading, then move into if they have any written assignments, what those are and what they should expect. That's what I've found students find most helpful generally. I've generally received positive feedback. I haven't had anyone say that they don't like the videos. The rate at which students view the videos is pretty high in the classes. I found that, 85, 90% of students are viewing the, at least opening or accessing the videos or the links. And most are commenting that they're beneficial or helpful. I have not done that, but I have posted videos. I use a textbook from W. Norton, and part of the additional resources for the textbook are actually web chats by the author and other individuals. I'll also upload, one resource that I like to use as well is Films on Demand. We have a Films on Demand account through Baypath. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Yes, the question was, do you interview experts about the subject matter of the class and post them? Do you interview experts about the subject matter of the class and post them? So that was one of the questions. I do not interview experts about the subject matter of the class and post them, but I do use other videos in my course as well, my courses as well. So the publisher of my textbook, for example, W. Norton and Company, has short videos that they make available. So when students purchase a textbook, they have access to these additional resources, which include video commentaries by experts. And I use Films on Demand as well. Films on Demand is a resource that's available through Hatch Library. Some of you have likely used it as well. And you can actually post a link right in Canvas to any of the videos, any of the Films on Demand videos. Actually, let me go back to my course, if I can. And you'll see that I have some videos uploaded also. Not my videos, but links to, I call them film commentary assignments. So I'll click on the assignment film commentary, and if you scroll down, you'll see that there's actually a link to a film. Oh, that one's not up. Let's see. You do have to check before your course starts to make sure that all the video links are up and running. Sometimes films are deleted from Films on Demand. This is a course I taught a few months ago. So click on the link. You have to log in using your login information. And the students often will have to log in as well. And that will actually bring them to the film. So this film that I used was called Cold War in the Shadow of Fear, Love, Hate, and Propaganda. And students can view the film online. That's another resource that I like to use in my classes. Let me go back to the questions.
I just want to jump in real quick. I just put 2 links in the chat box from the library webpage. One is to the Films on Demand. Another is to the faculty toolbox that they put together. which has a variety of resources, including streaming videos, how to do them, how to find them, how to include them in Canvas, elect ebooks that you can access, reference books, um, journals, magazines, a variety of different other tools that they have all available in this, that the library offers and also offers support on. So they're another resource you can reach out to, whether it's videos like this or a bunch of other things. If you take a look at the faculty toolbox, there's a lot in there.
Thank you. Additional questions, comments? Um, have any of you used introductory videos in the past? Any feedback that you've received related to that resource? Any thoughts about how you might consider using them in the future? Yeah, I think it can help establish a better connection with students. Interestingly, um, I've been teaching almost entirely online courses for the last few years, so I haven't been teaching courses on campus very much. And I went to one of the graduation ceremonies events, and the students that I had in online courses recognized me, which I thought was nice. They had seen me in the videos, so they had a sense of who I was, and of course our pictures are posted as well. I believe that everyone's going to have access to the slides. Is that correct?
Yep, as long as I have access to them, I can give them to everyone else too. So definitely.
Okay, I'll email or a copy to you.
I'm also going to shortly in the chat box link to the Talk Adjunct YouTube page that I mentioned earlier, as well as a Talk Adjunct faculty or Facebook group. That it's a closed group, so it's you can join or not join if you want. But in there recently, one of the other academic directors, Jamie Litchfield, had just put an article about how about this very much idea. I think it was today or yesterday she put that up there, so you can find that link if you join the group as well. And that'll be going in the chat box in just a minute.
So anything we can do to connect with our students, I think, is a positive. It there are challenges both in the traditional class setting and in the online class setting to connecting with students. There are a variety of technologies that are available to us in the online setting to reach out and connect with students. And I think that video is at least one way to do so. It's not the be-all, end-all. Obviously, there's a variety of resources we can use to connect with students, and and all of the different media have their place. But I think these little introductory video can go a long way in helping to connect with students in that sense. Any additional questions or comments? Would you like me to walk through how to upload the videos or post them again, or is everyone comfortable with that? One more time would be great. Okay, so let me do that briefly. So I use YouTube, so that's what I'll note. So the first step is to actually create a recording. So I use UCam. You can use whatever resource you prefer to make a recording of yourself. You can use your phone, you can use your tablet, you can use your laptop. All of those generally have resources where you can create a recording. Once you create the recording, the next step that I do is go to YouTube, and I create an account. I created an account using my Baypath. So if I click on this, you'll see it's djsmith@baypath.edu, so it's connected through Baypath, my Baypath email. I click upload, And then once I click upload, there's this page select files to upload. I click on that. In this case, I have the file on a removable disk on a flash drive. I click on that, click the video, and it will upload. This video has already been uploaded, that's why it's moving rather quickly. Once that is completed, you click Publish. And once that is done, once that video is published, you can copy the link to the video. Just highlight the link, right-click, and hit copy. And then you'll have that link to the video. And then the next step is just to go into your Canvas course. Go into your Canvas course. Let's say you're uploading a video for week 1. Go down, I arrange all the modules by week. Obviously, you may have a different approach, but then I'll hit this plus button, and I make it a content page. And you need to give the content page a title, so Intro to Unit 1, for example. Click Add Item. Then you actually have to click the item, double-click it. It will open, and then you can hit Edit. You go into the box and hit Control-V, and that will actually paste the link it actually did here from YouTube. Then you scroll down to the bottom and click Save. And it will actually upload the video. Now, if I go back to Home, scroll down to week 1 again, you need to publish the video. So you see that the published material has the little cloud that's checked. You need to actually hit that to publish it, to have it turn green with a check mark to make sure that students actually have access to it. I'll delete that at this point, but it's a pretty simple process for uploading the videos. Okay, so I appreciate you attending the webinar this evening. I'd be happy to take any final questions or comments that you have.
I just want to jump in one question that Kim had here, that you can do it in an announcement, and that's a great way to do it for these introductory videos. If you wanted to do something specific to the content, you can actually add a content page, and you can do this in your individual courses. You can add announcements or content pages. You can't change discussions or assignments, and it won't change the master course as well at all if you're doing it in your specific course. So you can add a content page and put these resources in there. There was also a recent e-blast that went out from someone on the trad side of the campus, Chris Gaudreau, who put together a nice little infogram on how to create really interactive content pages. So if you want to take a look at that, it was an email that came from me through MailChimp. So you can search for that. It was one of the ones that came within the last week or week and a half. So you can find that information as well. So again, if you have questions on that stuff, please let me know as well. Thanks.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Dan? I want to note too, Jamie did pop in some other information here. She said you can add the video using the external tool, choose YouTube and type the name of the video, then you'll get a full screen of the video as well. That's another option there.
Yes, that would also work. Thank you. I do want to let you know that if you do have any additional questions for me, you can reach me at djsmith@baypath.edu. I'll post it in the chat box here. That's djsmith@baypath.edu. I can't promise that I can answer every question, but if you do have any additional questions, feel free to contact me.
All right, so it looks like we went right on time. I'm going to go ahead and finish it up and stop the recording. As I said before, this will be available on YouTube. I put the YouTube link in the chat box, so you could go ahead and subscribe if you wanted to. And what will happen then is every time a new video is posted to the UTalk Adjunct Faculty YouTube page, you'll just get an email notification saying this video was added. So if you miss a webinar and you're like, oh, I'm really interested in a topic, you'll get an email reminding you of it. You can go check it out on your own time. So that is one option to kind of stay in touch and stay involved. Also, I did put a link for the Facebook page as well.
Well, thank you all for attending. I appreciate it, and I believe that if you did come in late, you can always you'll be able to access and watch a recording of this if you would like as well.
Definitely. All right, thanks everyone.